One of the things that I do in my work is really try to help people understand, parents understand, older adults understand, is that milk is not a necessary food. We need to get that notion out of our heads. It's not necessary for bone, and in fact, our over attention to dairy foods actually is probably harming food, particularly in the context of the overall dietary patterns that we're consuming. So we don't need it for bone. It's not necessary for growth. It's not necessary for health. It's not necessary for our bones. So let's stop thinking of it as a healthful food.
When I gave it up or made the switch, I like to say I just swapped it out for non-dairy milk, I instantly felt better. I think I must have been lactose intolerant because I was always sort of gurgly and bloated, and that just went away. I also had acne for many, many years, and I was a model in my early 20s, and it was always an issue. But I thought, well, that's just me, it must just be me. But what I came to find out was that it was most likely the hormones in milk. So my skin cleared up, and I have never had a breakout since. So that was pretty amazing.
As traumatic as it was for my family to have to go through this experience with my son, there have been some very positive sides to it. And that is, the more I began to research dairy and milk products in the human diet, the more I began to realize that it was actually quite abnormal for humans to drink cow's milk, and that there were several health risks with dairy. So I took myself off of dairy. I took my daughter off of dairy. She was 3 years old at the time. And we were very surprised to find that it had a big impact on our health. I had chronic stomach problems, chronic sinus infections, headaches, and within a couple of weeks of being dairy-free, those were gone. And I had a little bit of pizza and ice cream at a party, and 3 days later I had a sinus infection. My stomach was all bloated up. And I've been very strictly dairy-free since then. And the few times that I've taken a chance, I've felt so unwell that I can't believe I went through so many years of my life feeling miserable without anybody pointing out that maybe removing dairy could be helpful.